Just looked it up, and this lav doesn't work with my iPhone, so back we go to find a different one. Now this one seems to be working, so that's much better. And hey, we're back. We've got the microphone back. Hopefully the sound's actually going to sound nice this time. No clicking, no popping. I'm going to be checking along the way, making sure that's not happening. But let's go take a look at something pretty cool. So Melbourne's pretty well known for its laneways, especially the ones towards the east end of the city, full of restaurants and cafes and bars. And we do have a couple of laneways that have a bunch of very artistic graffiti that are all over them, very famous. But we're going to actually see something that sort of fits that mold. It's artistic, it's a little bit quirky, it's very Melbourne, I would say, but it's actually an art gallery, a miniature art gallery inside some old mailboxes. So I'm actually walking down one of those graffiti-filled laneways right now, and I've got to say, it feels really abnormal trying to film myself in the middle of the city compared to out in nature. So I don't actually know too much history about this little mailbox art gallery. I just know that it exists, and it's something that's fun and quirky that I want to check out. So let's go explore it together. So we're down here on Oliver Lane. I believe that's meant to be the street that this is on, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing anything that looks like what I saw in the photos online, so I might have to hunt around a little bit here to actually figure out where this spot is, because it's inside a building. It's old mailboxes inside a building. So I've walked almost the entirety of the lane now, still haven't found it, so I think I'm going to have to check with Google, check my maps, because maybe it's not on Oliver Lane. Maybe it just looks like it is on the map. I'll have to double check. Alright, we're doubling back here, because Google Maps says that it's on Flinders Lane, not Oliver Lane. Really, I think what I'm learning today is that I need to do some better research, because if I had, I wouldn't have got the wrong lav mic, and if I had, I wouldn't have walked down Oliver Lane. But those are the things that happen along an adventure, so I'm not mad about it. That was a nice little stroll. That's looking more like the image that I'm looking for, and we've got the sign here, so this should be the spot. It is super quiet inside the building. The art space is just up behind me. There's stuff going on in that spot just there. But we found it. That's it. Not quite what I was expecting. It's a little bit more grotesque than I thought it would be. So I know the installation changes from time to time, but this one is powerful but interesting for sure. So I've come back to one of the art-filled laneways to give my thoughts, because it was just a little bit too cramped, a little bit too quiet in that little entranceway. And plus, I'll be honest, I didn't love the art that was in there, so I've come to see some of the beautiful graffiti that we have around, just to get something new into my eyes. So I think the space was kind of cool. Like, it's definitely a nice way to repurpose something that probably doesn't get too much use anymore, with those mailboxes repurposed into something that was a little bit more useful and interesting. Definitely was a cool idea. Like, I can't imagine there getting too many letters in there. The artwork itself, though, is definitely not to my taste, at least. I suppose art is meant to make you feel something, whether that's positive or negative, but in this case, it was definitely a pretty visceral reaction. Like, seeing it in person, I'm not sure if it's really conveyed via the video, but in person it was pretty gross to look at, but I think that was the point. It's also, like, a little bit weird that it's in the entrance to a building. There was quite a few people that went in and out while I was there, so difficult to kind of just stop and admire the artwork, but still a very cool, interesting idea. And really, that's all I have to show you today. I just wanted to go check out a cool, interesting little bit of street art that we have here in Melbourne. So thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next week.